Vloggy Day 443. Good morning. It's Monday. We're back in Paris, and I got a decent amount of sleep. I was on hold to go on a tour this morning. Woke up, had some weird communication kerfuffles. Pretty sure I didn't need to go on tour, and went back to sleep. I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, this tripod has seen better days. Two things that need to be kind of knocked out of the park to start with. One, mail call, and two, disposable camera is full. So we need to talk about what we're gonna do with that as well. Hold on. They both are in the same spot. First, this package actually came at the very end of last week, but I didn't have time to put it in because it was jam-packed end of the week and we were leaving town. But no further ado. Ooh. Thought it just said caffeine machine. With two glasses included, two tests with two mugs included. Thank you, Rob. I wish I had beans right now because I would go for this right away. It's gonna be really handy just to make coffee right here. Be done with it. Thing number two, disposable camera. It be full. Oh. Now, what I want to do with this, yesterday was the first time I've ever actually directly approached Patreon. I did it at the very end of the video, so most of you probably didn't see it, but I would like to give this away, and I'm going to give it away to patrons. Now, I've had a lot of emails. It's kind of crazy and cool. I've had a lot of emails asking me about these cameras, what I'm going to do with them, if people can get them, if I'll auction them off. I've had a lot of really interesting ideas float through, and I'm tempted to try a number of different things. My current plan, though, is to give them away in alternating fashions. So odd-numbered cameras, I guess, I will give away in entirety. So if you are a patron, I'm going to make a post, and then all you have to do is leave a comment, and as long as I have your shipping address, I will ship it to one that's randomly selected. Even-numbered ones, I'm going to develop myself and turn into postcards, and then send postcards to all of my patrons. And so it kind of goes back and forth. That way, nobody gets left out entirely. Camera one is done. I will make a post on Patreon today or tomorrow, just saying, if you want this thing, come and get it. Whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. If you want to develop the photos and share them with the world, that's great. If you want to develop them and keep them to yourself, that's great. If you think that I should not be allowed to produce anything of photographic value, or maybe I just don't, you can burn it if you really want to. That'd be kind of sad. But I have no idea exactly what's on these or how many of them are going to turn out or anything like that. I just have a pile of them, and hopefully the first one goes well. Moving along, we're gonna go into the Peloton to get a little bit of work done, then go see Holly before she leaves town, and then, I don't know, something. Also for a little runner-up gift, I have this Space Invader keychain just sitting around. Happy to send it to a runner-up. So, get on that. Two things I want to talk about. Actually, yesterday I was going to talk more about how seeing all those castles was really inspiring for my writing. Really cool to be diving into that history and just to be surrounded by such beautiful pieces of it. And I had to cut that because it was a little bit too long and it was towards the end of the day and it just wasn't as articulate as I wanted. The other thing I should probably do is wrap up actually talking about Patreon, what it is, what it does, and how it actually helps me to go do more fun stuff like that for the vlog. Because that's what it enabled me to do. Oh crap, it's the first of the month, which means I gotta recharge my Navigo. That weekend trip into see a bunch of castles and so forth that you can go back and see right now, I feel like it was paid for by my patrons, like the rental car, gas, food, that kind of stuff. I was able to go out and do that and make those videos because people put me out there. I want to be able to do more of that. I want to travel more, see more of France, share more of France with you, learn more history, or relearn a lot of history, bring it to the table. I think it'd be great. The Patreon is a way, effectively, if you ever wanted to buy me a coffee or show your appreciation, it really, I feel it. Anytime anybody jumps in on Patreon, it's like an immediate boost to my like self-esteem. Wow, somebody likes what I'm doing well enough to pitch in. I don't know how to handle that half the time. So thank you so much if you already have. Thank you so much for putting me in a bunch of castles this weekend. That was amazing. If you would like to ever influence what it is I'm doing, like what I'm eating, where I'm going, those kinds of things, I put up polls every week, so you actually get to interact with the vlog that much more. And if you just want to buy me a coffee, that's a great way to do it too, and I really, really appreciate it. I do put a lot of work into this, like it's an insane amount of work, and the hope is, openly, that someday, between this and my writing, I'll be able to just focus on both of them, because then, the less time I have to spend at other jobs and doing other things, the better the vlog will get, and the more writing I'll actually get done as well. It's kind of a win-win for everybody. That's a great way to support me if you want. You don't have to send me a coffee machine, although that was amazing, thank you, Rob. You can just pitch in $1 every month. Every dollar adds up and really goes a long ways. Possibly my last ever Mandy coffee, because today is her last day at the Peloton. Which also means all of you who have built up expectations of coming in and getting to have your coffee made by Mandy, you should drop those expectations right away. Speaking of Patreon, new food poll up. Hard cheeses I've never tried. Low-hanging fruit should be an easy one compared to some of the ones I've been trying to do lately, which have caused delays. So this is a public poll too, since it's the first one of the month, so anybody can vote on it. So if you want to go vote and make me eat some hard cheese I've never tried before, this is your chance. Speaking of going out and seeing these castles and finding some inspiration, man, it was really good for my writing. I was going to talk the other day about how original it really was to be. It was both neat to have history come to life that I've known for a long time, or to be reminded of a moment. Oh, hold on, is the 67 even running today? 36 minutes. Uh-oh, we might end up being late to see Holly. Not only is it really neat to be surrounded by all this history that, you know, is just coming to life, but also to be inspired by the complexity of it and the breadth of it, to see like physically how close a lot of these castles really are to each other. Because in my mind, for some reason, they're like super far away from each other, and yet when you get there, they're actually pretty close. Hey, look at this. Those girls are famous, I'm sure. So going and actually seeing these things in person, seeing the size of the castles, walking into the rooms, and like that's walking into some of those rooms and getting a sense for how small they really felt. Even though it's like, oh, this is probably where they would hang out, have court, eat, whatever, like spend all this time together, and yet it's so small. I don't know, just getting a real sense of it and actually making myself go back and walk through certain things so I could get a feel for what it really felt like to walk through particular doorways or stand in front of a giant hearth. I wish we'd had more time. And ultimately that's one of those big goals, is to go and spend more time in castles, big old churches, really get a feel for how everything was so that I can just steal as much of it as possible wholesale and use it in my own creative works down the line. And for those of you who didn't know that, I write science fiction and fantasy. That's what we're talking about right now. The 96 is the most evil bus around. I make eye contact with him. All right, so the bus that I need to take is delayed by about 34 minutes, if not totally canceled because of the construction. 34 minutes is an insane delay. It might as well be canceled. So, Metro. We'll find Holly here, and then what I keep forgetting, oh, she's probably right around here somewhere. And then what I keep forgetting, there she is that I actually have a dinner tonight too. That's what keeps slipping my mind. And so confused. I didn't know there was literally a Pink Panther team in Paris. It seems.
I don't know what the Panther thing is. Hold on, I have a look.
Holly's looking it up. I don't. It looks like breast cancer awareness from here, because that's some serious pink.
It's definitely one the
something or other. We're just sitting here. I've not been to Sacré-Cœur in a really long time, and this is both of our favorite church. So we figured we'd come sit here, have coffee, and chill and talk. Because Holly's going on another wild trip around the world soon, so gotta enjoy my time with her while I have her. And then we both have dinner plans for the night, so lovely. It's wonderful. I love this place. I would love to live on this hill someday. It'd be great. I think it'd be a great spot. Okay, so apparently this is the national team. We're not sure. It was the Paris team, now it's the national team. Holly's demonstrating some sick Googling skills over here. I just want the panther to come up here.
I don't want the panther to come up. Thank you very much.
We're surrounded, Holly.
Don't tell us they're gonna throw it over.
They're gonna start throwing the ball over us. Up the sides. Oh, he dropped it. I think that guy just got dropped from the team. I've walked by this place like a million times, but never been in here before. Get some good stairs and earn a beer and get away from those rugby players. Outside or? We tried to escape and then they followed us here, which should have made sense actually. Rugby, Irish pub. We didn't plan this very well, but anyways, good time hanging out with Holly. I'm gonna go meet the Kings, I think, for dinner here in a second. I assume they're both named King, I don't actually know. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens after that. I've really been flying by the seat of my pants here today. Right there. Are you a nice kitty? About to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Win you over. Oh, gosh. Great evening out, Dan, Katie. Really lovely to meet you, Marty. You too. And now I've got to go home. Tomorrow will involve some bouldering and Père Lachaise. That's about it. Hope everything made sense as far as explaining where I'm at with like Patreon, what I'm trying to do there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I would love to discuss it more. Hold on a second.